नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 5, text number 35, 36. यदत्रा क्रियते कर्म भगवत् परितोषणम् ज्ञानं यत्तत् अधीनं हि भक्ति योगा समन्वितम्. यदत्रा क्रियते कर्म भगवत् परितोषणम् ज्ञानं यत्तत् अधीनं हि भक्ति योगा समन्वितम्.
यदत्रा क्रियते कर्म भगवत् परितोषणम् ज्ञानं यत्तत् अधीनं हि भक्ति योगा समन्वितम्.
Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada. Whatever work is done here in this life for the satisfaction of the mission of the Lord is called Bhakti Yoga, or transcendent loving service to the Lord. And what is called knowledge becomes a concomitant factor. The general and popular notion is that by discharging fruitive work in terms of the direction of the scriptures, one becomes perfectly able to acquire transcendental knowledge for spiritual realization. Bhakti Yoga is considered by some to be another form of karma, but factually Bhakti Yoga is above both karma and jnana. Bhakti Yoga is independent of jnana or karma. On the other hand, jnana and karma are dependent on Bhakti Yoga. The Kriya Yoga or Karma Yoga, as recommended by Sri Narada to Vyasa, is specifically recommended because the principle is to satisfy the Lord. The Lord does not want His sons, the living beings, to suffer the threefold miseries of life. He desires that all of them come to Him and live with Him. But going back to Godhead means that one must purify himself from material infections. When work is performed, therefore, to satisfy the Lord, the performer becomes gradually purified from the material affection. This purification means attainment of spiritual knowledge. Therefore, knowledge is dependent on karma or work done on behalf of the Lord. Other knowledge, being devoid of Bhakti Yoga or satisfaction of the Lord, cannot lead one back to the kingdom of God, which means that it cannot even offer salvation, as already explained in connection with the stanza Naishkarmya api achyuta bhava varjitam. The conclusion is that a devotee engaged in the unalloyed service of the Lord, especially in hearing and chanting of His transcendent glories, becomes simultaneously spiritually enlightened by the divine grace as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Kurvana yatra karmani Bhagavat shikshaya sukrit Grinanti gunanamani. While performing duties according to the order of Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one constantly remembers Him, His names and His qualities. An expert devotee of the Lord can mold his life in such a way that while performing all kinds of duties, either for this or in the next life, he can constantly remember the Lord's name, fame, qualities, etc. The order of the Lord is distinctly there in the Bhagavad Gita. One should work only for the Lord in all spheres of life. In every sphere of life, the Lord should be situated as the proprietor. According to the Vedic rites, even in the worship of some demigods like Indra, Brahma, Saraswati and Ganesha, the system is that in all circumstances, the representation of Vishnu must be there as Yajneshwara or the controlling power of such sacrifices. It is recommended that a particular demigod be worshipped for a particular purpose, but still the presence of Vishnu is compulsory in order to make the function proper. Apart from such Vedic duties, even in our ordinary dealings, for example, in our household affairs or in our business or profession, we must consider that the result of all activities must be given over to the Supreme Enjoyer, Lord Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord has declared Himself to be the Supreme Enjoyer of everything, the Supreme Proprietor of every planet, and the Supreme Friend of all beings. No one else but Lord Krishna can claim to the proprietor of everything within his creation. A pure devotee remembers this constantly, and in doing so, he repeats the transcendental name, fame, and qualities of the Lord, which means that he is constantly in touch with the Lord. The Lord is identical with His name, fame, etc., and therefore, to be associated with His name, fame, etc., constantly means actually to associate with the Lord. The major portion of monetary income, not less than 50%, must be spent to carry out the order of the Lord Krishna. Not only should we give the profit of our earning to this cause, but we must also arrange to preach this cult of devotion to others, because that is also one of the orders of the Lord. The Lord definitely says that no one is more dear to me than one who is always engaged in the preaching work of the Lord's name and fame all over the world. The scientific discoveries of this material world can also be equally engaged in carrying out His order. He wants the message of the Bhagavad Gita to be preached amongst His devotees. It may not be so done amongst those who have no credit of austerities, charity, education, etc. Therefore, the attempt must go on to convert unwilling men to become His devotees. Lord Chaitanya has taught a very simple method in this connection. He has taught the lesson for preaching the transcendental message through singing, dancing and refreshment. As such, 50% of our income may be spent for this purpose. In this fallen age of quarrel and dissension, if only the leading and wealthy persons of society agree to spend 50% of their income in the service of the Lord, as it is taught by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is absolute certainty of converting this hell of pandemonium to the transcendental abode of the Lord. No one will disagree to partake in a function where good singing, dancing and refreshment are administered. Everyone will attend such a function, and everyone is sure to feel individually the transcendental presence of the Lord. This alone will help the attendants associate with the Lord and thereby purify themselves in spiritual realization. The only condition for successfully executing such spiritual activities is that they must be conducted under the guidance of a pure devotee who is completely free from all mundane desires, fruitive activities and dry speculations about the nature of the Lord. No one has to discover the nature of the Lord. It is already spoken by the Lord Himself in Bhagavad Gita especially, and in all Vedic literatures generally. We have simply to accept them in toto and abode abide by the orders of the Lord. That will guide us to the path of perfection. One can remain in his own position. No one has to change his position, especially in this age of variegated difficulties. The only condition is that one must give up the habit of dry speculation aimed at becoming one with the Lord. And after giving up such lofty, puffed up vanities, one may be very submissively receive the orders of the Lord in the Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam from the lips of a bona fide devotee whose qualification is mentioned above. That will make everything successful without a doubt. Om Ajnana Timrindasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kaltarubhyascha Rupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gauravaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare वो दो फैन बंद कर देना वो भी उसका भी जरूरत नहीं है वो चेयर लेके पानी की बोतल को रखना वो चेयर लेके उसको बंद मत करना लाइट ऑफ मत करना उसका ट्राई करो आप उसका स्विच किधर है
ऑफ हो गया था पहले ऑफ हो गया था ऊपर में है
ठीक है रहने हाँ वो लाइट ऑन कर सकता है, वो नहीं हो रहा है। किधर है शुभांगी माता जी? नहीं आई? थक गई क्या? So sound system is okay? Huh? Sound system is okay? पीछे अलका जी पीछे ठीक है? Someone expressed displeasure about the sound system. We got a new sound system. Huh? ऐसा होना चाहिए। ठीक है रहने दो।
One comment and new system.
हाँ?
One comment and new system.
हरे कृष्णा। So Narad Muni is continuing the glorification of Bhakti Yoga system. Here he is saying, Yadatra kriyate karma Bhagavat paritoshanam. In the private companies or when we work in the, we try to work for their satisfaction, right? Then only you get promotion. If the higher boss, higher officer is satisfied, then he will recommend, he can be promoted. Then he will get promotion. If he doesn't is not satisfied with your work and he doesn't give you proper recommendation, then you will not get promotion or you may be demoted also, right? ऐसा हुआ क्या? नहीं। हमको हुआ है। इसको इधर रखो। So here it is said, Krishna is the supreme boss. Right? Prabhupada quoted this verse. Bhoktaram yajñatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutana jnatma mam shanti mrichati. What is that? Aham hi sarvayajnanam bhokta cha Prabhurevacha natumam abhijananti tyakve natas chavantite. You know, chavanti means fall down. This is a verse from 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita. Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhurevacha. You know, I am the master, I am the enjoyer of all yajnas. Those who do not know this, natumam abhijananti tyakvenatas chavantite. You know, chavanti means fall down. He will fall down from his position. So you must understand the position of Krishna, right? So my father's eldest brother, he was actually only ordinary BA, you know, he passed BA economics or whatever. He was working in central government. Has anybody worked in central government? so many files and dust. you know, you cannot throw them away. Then they are in the files, and then I used to work, na? So there is a thing. Higher officer is coming from Delhi. Our headquarters is in Delhi. So then we have to clean up the office, and flagging. In the files. Flagging. we used to do. huh? Huh? Yeah. We have to keep everything ready and all that. So he was working in, I think, in some foreign secretariat. Very hardworking. He didn't have children. He never had any children. Later on. So one day he was working. That time Jawaharlal Nehru was a prime minister. He wanted a very urgent file. That time there was no computer system, and then government officers means lazy, So everything heavier, So he wanted a very urgent file, and then they are searching, they could not find. Then somebody told him, Jawaharlal Nehru, that there is one guy, A.N. Rao. He will find. Who is that A.N. Rao? Some clerk, ordinary clerk. So they asked him, then hardworking guy. So immediately took out that file, and then he gave it to Nehru, Mr. Nehru. Nehru was very pleased. He became from an ordinary clerk to he became an IFS, honorary IFS officer. In order to become IAS, IFS and IPS, you have to pass UPSC exam. But Nehru promoted him to IFS officer. Then he was posted in Russia also, some assistant ambassador or something like that. Then he became a very close friend to Mrs. Gandhi. He used to have breakfast with Mrs. Gandhi. He told Sanjay Gandhi was his friend. Means he was a good astrologer also. He told Sanjay Gandhi, don't fly. There is a danger to your life. Anyway, in one prediction he has gone wrong. When I became a devotee, my father was very upset. Then they all came to my father's house, and they were preaching to me. Then my Bade Papa, he was saying, no, he cannot become brahmachari, he has to marry. Vivaha yoga is there. Dekhte. Anyway, why I am saying, because Prime Minister was satisfied with him, with his work, he got, otherwise he would have remained an ordinary clerk, like that. We see this in our life, practical life. When the boss is satisfied, you get rewarded. That is why in Krishna, Narad Muni is saying, Bhagavat Paritoshanam. If Krishna is satisfied, he will take you back to Godhead. Not Russia. Right? Samajh mein hai? You all agree with me? So further, that is why Narad Muni is saying, Yadatra kriyate karma bhagavat paritoshanam. Do your work to satisfy Krishna. How will you know what work satisfies Krishna? How will you know? Aishu, how will you know that which work satisfies Krishna? Come on. Are it is there in Bhagavad Gita. Right? It is there in Bhagavad Gita, right? What is meant by Bhagavad Gita? Huh? Song of God. What? Song of God. Bhagavad Gita means Song of God. There is a Bhaktastakam. Have you heard? No, we have a Astakam, Lakshmi Astakam, Krishna Astakam, like that. Astakam means there will be 8 verses. 8 verses. Like that, many devotees, they sing glorification of Krishna in 8 verses. But there is Bhaktastakam sung by Krishna. You know? Bhaktastakam. 8 verses sung by Krishna. Glories of Krishna, Bhakta. Huh? In Bhagavad Gita. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitraha karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara samadukka sukakshami santushtaha satatam yogi yatatma druda nishchaya mayyarpitamano buddhir yo madbhakta same priyaha. I think Shriya knows. You want to chant? Huh? Huh? You know? I think you're chanting. Give the mic. Yasman no dvijate loko, loka no dvijate chayaha. क्या हुआ? हरे कृष्ण. हाँ. एक ही माइक काम करता है क्या? हाँ, ये दो. सर्वारंभ परित्यागी समो शत्रौ च मित्रौ च मानापमानयो शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखेषु ये तु धर्मामृतमिदं यथोक्तं परिपासते श्रद्धादान मत्परमा भक्तास्तेतीव मैं प्रियः. मैं तो 60 साल का है, सब याद है. Hare Krishna. That's why I keep telling, recite 12th chapter Bhagavad Gita. Most important chapter, very important chapter. Krishna is telling with whom I am pleased. Right? With whom I am pleased. Like that. Anyway, in some other class I will explain. But read those verses, 12th chapter, Adveshta Sarvabhutanam, and then try to contemplate the contents of that verses, and then try to become that person. Adveshta. Like yesterday in the class also I was telling, the first qualification of a devotee is non-envious. Vishnu Thakur and Prabhupada, both of them will say that even if somebody is harming you, he has stolen money from you, still you should pray to Krishna for his welfare. That is called non-envious. बहुत मुश्किल है ना? Somebody has harmed you, and then somebody has stolen money from you, but you don't become angry with that person, still you pray to Krishna for his welfare. That is Adveshta. Very important. Why you should not be envious of anybody?
This is the quality which we can take here.
She is also part and parcel of Krishna.
Krishna is directing that we can do more like a quality. Krishna is directing that other person to act accordingly.
Krishna is at his heart. Krishna is heart. Towards the heart.
That's what he says. Because everybody is a part and parcel of Krishna. That also is, she is saying, because Krishna is present in everybody's heart, everybody's body is a temple of Krishna. Just like we don't like to desecrate the temple, in the same way, we don't like to harm temple of Krishna by causing pain to other person's body. It's very high level. That's why Vaishnavism is the highest principles. Prabhupada says in Bhakti Rasam Sindhu and Chaitanya Charitamrita, if you follow one principle, or like performing devotional service, performing pure devotional service with Shraddha, then you will develop all good qualities. One quality, one person, like that. Last week we have very thoroughly discussed about giving up results of one's activities. Prabhupada again mentions in the purport that one must give up 50% of one's income. Prabhupada writes, there are devotees. Many times I told this, Brahmanand Prabhu. You remember? Brahmanand Prabhu. How many of you remember the story that I told about Brahmanand Prabhu? Prabhupada in 1966, he was actually staying in a very humble position, humble place. That place he was staying, even police are afraid to come. Right? In Kerala there is a place. What is that place? Police are afraid to go. Muslim dominated area. Police are afraid to go there. Police are afraid to go there. And then Prabhupada was staying there. All, hippies, bums. Sometimes Prabhupada would go for a morning walk or something. When he would come back, there are some bums, hippies, in intoxicated stage, lying on the steps. Then Prabhupada had to push them and That was the situation. Then at that time, Prabhupada was actually feeding some of these hippies. He was personally making chapatis and rice dal sabji and feeding them. Can you imagine their good fortune? Then one day, Brahmanand Prabhu, he came and told Prabhupada, Swamiji, I have a doubt. Yes. I passed from New York University. So then Prabhupada said, what is your job? What is your doubt? I got a job as a teacher in New York University. And then Prabhupada's eyes became very wide, it seems. You got a job? You got a job? Then Prabhupada asked, what is your doubt? Prabhupada, because he saw all these bums, are maintained by Prabhupada. He thought, why should I work? I will join full time. Then Prabhupada also will maintain me. So I am thinking whether to join the job or join the temple. Prabhupada said, what are you talking? Join the job. Then Brahmanand Prabhu, Prabhupada, if I work, I will become entangled. Then Prabhupada quoted, Karmanyeva adhikaraste, ma phalesh kadachana, ma karma phale heturbhur, ma to sangastu karmani. You work, then you give the results to Krishna. Then Brahmanand said, how can I give the result of my work to Krishna? I cannot meet Krishna. And Prabhupada said, you give it to me, I will give it to Krishna. Said, okay. Then Prabhupada said, after Brahmananda Prabhu got a job, all my financial problems are solved. There is when New York temple is running and all, then they opened a temple 26nd Avenue and all that. Then proper temple is formed, society. Then the discussion is going on, who will become temple president. Then everybody, Kitnananda and all, they were there. So Prabhupada told, because Brahmananda is bringing most money, he is giving most money, he should become president. So that is why Brahmananda Prabhu is the first temple president of ISKCON. There was some discussion is going on, who will become next president. I told this story in the meeting. Then somebody said, so that means you should become president because I am bringing most money. I don't want, I have whole day, schedule of reading and chanting the verses. One day goes like on Friday we went to Kargar, the meeting and traveling. So then I had a lecture also. So I had to come back and read my 40 pages. Till 11 o'clock I was reading because I had to finish my quota. Anyway, I am not. But that was Satsarup Maharaj. He was working in social welfare department in Boston. Then he was he was earning money, and then with that money they opened a small center in Boston. And even our Giriraj Maharaj also, he joined there. He was from Boston. Then he was maintaining. Then Actually, working in a government or anybody where it's very troublesome actually, especially for a devotee, it's very troublesome because their consciousness or our consciousness is very different. You know, all the time they talk about money, women, wine, cigarettes. Oh, you just can't sit with them. You know, their consciousness is completely polluted. So Sasur Maharaj wrote a letter to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, can I also join full time? And I don't want to do this job. Can I join the job? Can I join the temple? You know, he was the temple president. You know, can I run? Do full time service in the temple? Prabhupada wrote back saying that right now Krishna is supplying money through you. Let us not trouble Krishna. What? Let us not trouble Krishna. When he chooses to give in some other way, then you can quit the job. Don't pray, Krishna give me. What consciousness, I was amazed when I read that letter, by Prabhupada. See, Prabhupada is saying, let us not trouble Krishna. There is one devotee, Jayananda Prabhu. He was a mechanical engineer. He was a mechanical engineer. He was driving taxi. And then he was temple president of San Francisco temple. Then he was lifting garbage. He was washing pots. He was cleaning the temple. And then he was driving taxi and maintaining the temple. लेडीज के साथ बैठा है. मम्मी है. ओ, आप लोग जमीन पे मत बैठना. आगे आ जाओ. आप लोग जमीन में मत बैठना. Then Prabhupada used to take Prabhupada around in taxi. Prabhupada in taxi. And then Prabhupada was, I like Jayananda. Even while driving taxi, he's always chanting Hare Krishna. Please remember this. Once Prabhupada was resting, he had a heart attack. Then they hired a bungalow in Stinson Beach in New Jersey. And then Prabhupada was a very nice place on the bank of ocean. And then this Govindasi Mataji and Gaur Sundar Prabhu and all, they were taking care of Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada commented, Prabhupada liked pink roses. Pink roses. So in the garden, she was actually plucking the flowers and then preparing flower vase in the room of Prabhupada. Prabhupada used to like. Then Prabhupada commented, Govindasi, she is a very simple devotee. Why? While plucking the flowers, she is chanting Hare Krishna. That is the definition of simplicity. What is the definition of simplicity? Always, always chanting Hare Krishna while doing service. That is what in the verse it is written. Kurvana yatra karmani Krishnaya sikshaya sakrit Grinanti grunanamani. So Krishna's anusmare cha. If you work according to the orders of Krishna and the spiritual master, you will be constantly chanting Hare Krishna. Right? All these devotees, example. Their simplicity. What is the definition of simplicity? While doing your service. Which verse it is said in 8th chapter Bhagavad Gita? Tasmat sarvayeshu kaleshu mamanusmara yuddhacha mayarpitamano buddhir mamevashyasi mamevashyasi asamshaya. Yeah. Tasmat sir, therefore. Why it is said therefore? Anybody studied mathematics? When it comes therefore in mathematics?
When we conclude,
We are solving a problem in calculus. You are solving a problem. Then at the end of that, when you give conclusion,
it's proved.
therefore. Why did Krishna say therefore? In the first two verses, he said, Antakalecha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yaprayati smadbhavam yati nasti atra samshayah. Right? And then yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tam eveti kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavita tasmat sarvesh kaleshu mamanasmara yuddhacha mayarpitam manobuddhir mamevashyasi asamshayah. Therefore, why? Because Krishna said, at the end of your life, if you remember me, you will come to me without fail. Whatever state of being at the time of death, you will attain that. Therefore, take care while doing your work. Dedicate your mind and intelligence to me. And then remember me all the time. And then without fail, you will come. There is one great devotee, Parasara Bhatta. They are doing, Katha Kalakshapam. Right? They are doing they used to do Katha Kalakshapam. His father was Kurat Alvar, very great devotee. This Kurat Alvar and his wife, I think Lakshmi, they were actually very rich people. They were owner of Agraharam. Anybody knows Agraharam? My father used to say, his father or grandfather, they used to have Agraharam in Srikakulam. We are from Srikakulam. They used to have Agraharam. Agraharam. Kings used to give gift, small villages, Agraharam. He had a Bhavan. That place is near to Kanchipuram, Varadaraj temple. They were actually doing constantly Nitya Annadanam. Nitya Annadanam. And they used to ring the bells and all. And then when the Annadanam was closed, they used to ring the bell and close the gates of the palace. One day, Kanchipurna, there is one devotee, Kanchipurna. Every day he used to do chamar, fan the Lord. That time Lord Varadarajan used to speak to Kanchipurna. Many devotees, they used to tell Kanchipurna, hey, go and ask Varadarajan, I have such a problem. Can you tell him? And then Kanchipurna used to go and tell, aisa. Anyway, so Varadarajan asked one day, they served the prasad, Annadanam, and they rang the bells, and with great sound, they closed the doors of his palace. So at that time, Varadarajan asked Kanchipurna, "Are time ho gaya kya? Aarti khatam ho gaya?" Jaise ki 8:30, or 8:30 Aarti, night time, very famous. Some people who are Bombay people, they regularly come every day. Some of the officers, managers, businessmen. Regularly they come, and they attend 8:30 Aarti. And then after that, the conch is blown, everybody comes and ring the bells. Then, we close the doors, and then all that, the ganti basta hai, now 9 o'clock, tang, 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 tang. Then they close the temple. It's all ritual, अरे टाइम हो गया क्या, बंद, ये आवाज आ रहा है, क्या है? Then Kanchipurna said, आपका टेम्पल नहीं है, वो Kuresha's palace doors are closed, because he closed Annadanam, so they rang the bells. अच्छा, ऐसा है? This word has reached Kuresha. Arey, I became so proud. That Varadarajan is thinking like this. I am advertising myself as a big donor and, Annadani, Dani, ringing the bells and closing the doors and all. That day night, both husband and wife, they left the palace and they packed one pair of clothes and they left their agraharam and reached Kanchipura and surrendered to Varadarajan. That is their devotion. They don't want any name and fame. Varadarajan is thinking like that. He is asking, I am disturbing, clashing, like that. So one day, then after that they reached Srirangam. They were he is an assistant to Ramanuja. Very great. All of you know the story? Ramanuja wanted to write commentary on Brahma Sutra. Right? So this Brahma Sutra is available in Sanskrit, original Sanskrit, written by Vyasadeva. A copy of it is available in Shankar Mutt in Kashmir. Yadav Prakash, his guru only, he wanted to kill Ramanuja because he predicted, he was fearful that when this boy grows up, he would defeat Mayavad philosophy, our Shankaracharya's philosophy. Ramanuja, very great. That's why they wanted to kill him. So because of this, Sri Ramanuja became very famous. Yadav Prakash himself became, Yadav Prakash, he was his guru when he was a child. He was a Mayavadi. Ramanuja was a Vaishnava. Then Yadav Prakash became a disciple of Ramanuja later on. Can you imagine? Guru became a disciple of a disciple. Anyway, so his fame reached Kashmir. They didn't want to give the copy. And then they somehow or other, Ramanuja approached the king of Kashmir. And then the king of the Kashmir somehow arranged the copy of Brahma Sutra. And then Ramanuja was very intelligent. They walked, whole night they walked and they reached a place and they were, whole day they walked and then reached a place they were staying there. And then meanwhile, Shankaracharya, he came to know that Brahma Sutra was given to Ramanuja. He went and protested with the king. And then he requested that immediately the book should be fetched, taken back from Ramanuja's hands. And the police came to Ramanuja's basa, Dharmasha. Then they taken away the Brahma Sutra copy. Then Ramanuja started crying. Said now, because he has given a word to his guru, spiritual master, that I will write a commentary on Vedanta Sutra. Anyway, I will tell that story. When Ramanuja, Yamunacharya was very impressed with the behavior of Ramanuja. He wanted to have him as his disciple. Then he was on the deathbed. Then one of his disciples came to take Ramanuja because Yamunacharya called Sri Ramanuja to come and take initiation from him. By the time he reached the village, Srirangam city, he left his body Then his 3 fingers were like this. Then Ramanuja asked, his fingers are always like this? No, no. When they were talking, Ramanuja has entered, Ramanuja has entered. At that time, his fingers closed. Then anything that he had some unfulfilled desires, mission? Yeah. Then he said, I will write commentary on Brahma Sutra. 1 finger opened. I will establish Pancharatrika deity worship all over India. Another finger opened. I will name my disciples, Parashar Muni. Parashar Muni. Then opened. So that was his life mission. Then Kuresha told Guru Maharaj, don't worry. Ramana said, why you are saying don't worry? I by-hearted the entire thing. When you are asleep, whole night I anticipated this kind of trouble. I anticipated this kind of trouble. And I by-hearted the entire Brahma Sutra. Can you imagine? Then he used to dictate. He used to dictate and Ramanuja was writing commentary. A disciple should be like that, Anyway, they are all great souls. We should feel joyful hearing such wonderful. We can never become like them. हमको 70% भी हो जाएंगे, प्रभुपाद जी ने बोला हम लेके जाएगा. 70% perfection. Anyway, one day he gave up everything and they were doing Madhukari and all. So that day he didn't get anything. One day they didn't get any food. Kuratta Alvar was sleeping, hungry, empty stomach. Right? So there, Ranganath temple, just they were living next to the Ranganath temple. Bells were ringing, Samaradhana, Naivedyam was happening. And his wife was thinking, आपका devotee भूखा सोया है, आप अच्छा से खा के enjoy कर रहे हैं. ऐसा करके she was thinking, because she has so much love for her husband. She was thinking, Ranganath, you are enjoying your, Chappan Bhog, and then your devotee is sleeping empty stomach. ठीक है, सही है, like that. Ranganath, अरे क्या हुआ? So Ranganath called his assistant, Pujari, said, go and give prasadam to this Kuresha Alvar. Because of eating that prasad, Parashar Bhatta and Vedavyas Bhatta, both these 2 sons were born. They are actually sons of Lord Ranganath. They are the sons of Lord Ranganath. Anyway, one day, when he was a small boy, he attended some Katha Kalakshapam. He asked his, Parasar Bhatta, Parasar Bhatta, when he was 6-year-old boy, he asked, when Draupadi was being disrobed, why she didn't call out to her husbands? Why she called out Krishna? Right? So they gave him some answer. And then again, when he became an acharya, somebody asked him, when Draupadi is being disrobed, why she called out for Govinda, Govinda? Why not, Arjuna, Yudhishthir, or, Bhimsen and all that. Why? Parasar Bhatta gave a beautiful answer. Suppose marriage is happening, husband and wife, groom and bride, वो कपड़ा बांधते हैं ना, they are taking 7 rounds, 7 steps. Suppose on second or third step, the girl's leg twisted, right? Twisted. What she would do? She would call Amma. Isn't it? Huh? Amma. Just now she is married. Would she call her husband's name or husband Pati Murga save kar, right? Natural, right? Amma. So Parasar Bhatta said, go they maybe she is married to them, but real Pati is Amma. Krishna says, Saka Guru, Mata Pita, Data Pitamaha, Mata Data Pitamaha. Vedyam Pavitra. I am Mata, I am Pita, and then I am Pitamaha. I am Data, I am Protector, I am everything, So, whom should we remember? Whom should we remember? Our husband, our mother, father, or? Krishna. We should remember? Because that is why Krishna is saying, Tasmat Sarvesh Kaleshu Ma Manusmara Idyacha. Always remember me, not your mother, father, not your son and daughter. Remember me. Because अरे अभी भी बोला था मैंने, भोक्तारम यज्ञ तपसाम सर्वलोक महेश्वरम सुहृदम सर्वभूतानाम ज्ञात्वा. There is one Acharya, Sribhashyam Applacharya, Telugu. He is from Vizag only. These verses very nicely explains, that Aham Kratur Aham Yajna, Sodaham Aham Aushadam. Right? All these verses, he very nicely explains that there are, in general, we people have different affectionate relationships with different people, right? Like mother, right? Father, friend, right? Officer, government, minister or whatever, right? Then sons and daughter, like that, we have, like 9 relationships where we like 9 people in our lives. We have affectionate relationship. But he's saying they are all temporary. But Krishna is saying all those 9 things, I am this, I am this, I am this. So we should accept Krishna like that, not this mother, father and all. You understand? Vijay Kandelwalji, you are understanding? Why we should remember Krishna? Aham kratur aham yajna, swadaham aham aushadam. What is mantroham aham evajyam, aham agnir, aham hutam. Pitaham asya jagato, mata data, pitamahaha. Vedyam pavitram omkara, ruksama yajurevacha. Right? Then tapami aham varsham, nigrahami punah punah. No, sakshi, it comes, what is it? Gatir Bharta, Prabhu Sakshi, Nivasham, Sharanam Surut, Prabhava Pralayasthanam, Nidanam, Bijam Avyayam. All these 9, Krishna is saying, I am this, I am this, I am this. So you should have that relation with Krishna. Pitamasya No? Pitahama Jagato Mata Data Pitamaha Vedyam Pavitram Omkara Ruksam Yajurevacha Gatir Bhatta Prabhu Sakshi Nivashaha Sharanam Surat. Sakshi is he is a Surat, dearmost friend. I am the mother, I am the father, I am the grandson, I am the husband. Hey, Krishna is everything to us. That's why 9th chapter, if you understand, most confidential. Beautiful chapter. So, that is why Krishna, Narada Muni is saying that Yadatra Kriyate Karma Bhagavat Paritoshanam Jnanam Yatti Adinam Hi Bhakti Yoga Samanvita. Right? Kurvana Yatra Karmani Bhagavat Sikshaya Sakrit Grinanti Grinanamani Krishnasya Anusmaresya. Right? So, whatever work you are doing, like Prabhupada writes, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhakti Upahritam Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. Who knows the meaning of this verse? Here, bhakti comes 2 times. You know what is the beauty of this verse? What is the beauty of this verse? What is your name, Prabhu? Huh? Huh? Pradyumna. Anybody knows the beauty of this verse? The beauty of this verse, Krishna is saying, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. He became a Bengali. He is saying, I will eat water. Then Baldev Vidyabhushan is saying, he writes in commentary, that while speaking this verse, why Bengali? You bolte hai, Jal Kabo bolte hai. Jal Kabo. Hawa bhi kahte. Hawa Kabo. Why are you wandering like a vagabond on the veranda? My father used to say, Bengali, this is Bengali English. Why are you wandering on veranda like a vagabond? They can't say why, we. Actually, why are you wandering on the veranda like a vagabond? So, beauty of this verse, that Baldev Vidyabhushan is saying, Krishna is, while speaking this verse, seeing Arjuna, Krishna became so ecstatic, it seems, that my dear Arjuna, if my devotee offers me flower also, I will eat. He is saying, I will eat flower. Asnami, I will eat. Right? Our Vidurji's wife, she is offering, you know the story? Vidurji's wife, she was throwing the kela, she was so much in ecstasy, she was throwing kela and she was offering chilka. And then Krishna is eating. Vidurja, फिर बाद में भाग्यवान क्या हुआ तुमको, क्या खिला रही हो तुम? अरे केशव आप भी ऐसा आप केले का आप लोग मत ऑफर करना. आप करेंगे तो एक थप्पड़ मिलेगा. Anyway, so Vishnu Thakur says, this verse is not meant for us. Because the condition is with love. Do you have it? We don't have it. But in the next verse, Krishna said, Yat karoshi, yat ashnasi, yat juhosi, dadasiyat, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. ये तुमको खाना है, कुछ काम करना है. You have to give some charity, right? You have to eat, you have to perform yajna. Krishna is saying, Yat karoshi, whatever work you are doing, do it for me. Yad ashnasi, whatever you are eating, offer it to me and then eat. Yad ashnasi. Yad juhosi, dadasiyat. Yad tapasyasi kaunteya. Juhosi means performing yajna. Tapasya, if you are doing tapasya, austerity, do it for me. Right? This is sadhana bhakti. Right? While whatever we are eating. Prabhupada speaking on this verse, what is that? Sanyasastu mahabahu dukkhamaptam ayogataha yoga yukto munir brahma achrenadi gacchati. This is from 5th chapter Bhagavad Gita. Muni, Prabhupada is saying, very beautiful explanation Prabhupada gave. Muni means thoughtful. Thoughtful. What is he thoughtful of? Prabhupada is saying, suppose he has got some food. He has got some food. He thinks, Krishna has kindly supplied me this food. And then while eating that food, he eats that food, saying thanks to Krishna, being thankful to Krishna, he eats that food. So Prabhupada is saying, Muni means always thoughtful of Krishna. Right? समझ में आया? Muni means always thoughtful of Krishna. So while taking prasad, while drinking water, say thanks. Oh, Krishna has supplied me this water. Right? Prabhupada is saying that even though sun is 90 million miles away, we cannot touch the sun, but we have connection with the sun, with the sun rays, because sun rays are connected to sun. The sun rays are connecting us with the sun. In the same way, this material world is Krishna's material world. Bhumirapo analo vayu kamana mudrevacha ahankaramiti yamme vinna prakriti astada. So Prabhupada is saying, even though we cannot touch with Krishna, because this material energy is energy of Krishna, through material energy we can remain in touch with Krishna. So we should know, a Muni should be thoughtful how to use this material energy in the service of Krishna. Then you can remember Krishna all the time. So Prabhupada is saying that who will not like to take prasadam and dance in the kirtan, attend programs, like our festivals are very famous. So many people they come because we organize very grand festivals, and then people come. We serve. We have kirtan. We have abhishek ceremony. Then we have lecture, and then after that prasadam, and then there is a dancing and chanting and dancing. Who would not like to come? So that's why Prabhupada is imploring all these rich people of India, over the world, they should spend their money and organize big festivals like this and invite people. Then where people can come and participate in the programs and take prasadam, right? So like that, that is the duty. Then this hellish condition of this material world will go away. Right? What is the use of, keeping money in Swiss banks and this bank and that bank? Then after you die, somebody else will enjoy. Better you giving. How many of you people know how to give donation to yourself? Manisha ji, you know? How to give donation to yourself? There is one devotee, Haripashad Das. He quoted one verse, right? He quoted. We are not making it up. If you donate to Krishna, that means you are donating to yourself. They have these welfare activities, feeding the poor, this and that. That is, donating to the poor only. But when you give it to Krishna, you are donating to yourself. Krishna will give it back, millions of times with interest. Like that. So whatever money we have, we should spend for Krishna. So that's why I'm requesting. We have this Vidyadan program. I have some connection with some NGOs. They are very worried because these Christians and Muslims itna nahi, Christians, they have so much money. They print these Bibles and they do all kinds of nonsense and trying to convert, Hindus into Christians. But our Bhagavad Gita is very expensive, high quality. 210 rupees Hindi. Like one Oriya devotee was asking, Prabhuji, can you provide some Oriya Gitas? I want to distribute among poor people because these Christians are converting. So they were asking for 100 rupees, 120. Oriya Gita is 280 rupees. So I am giving. I collected already 36 lakh rupees. One of my donors gave me 15 lakhs. आपका पेंडिंग है ना? हो गया 10 लाख? हमारा श्रीनाथ कृष्ण प्रभु is doing 10 lakhs. Every year he does. Krishna is, there is one guy, Rajesh Halavat. He was a Air India pilot. One day he came to my office, said, Prabhuji, I want to give donation for Vidyadan. I said, okay. That is what, 20 years back, maybe 20 years back. I said, okay, give. Then he wrote check. I thought 1 lakh. But then when I read the word 10 lakhs, I said, are you sure? I asked him. He's a pilot, Sure. So every year he used to give me 10 lakhs. Then he had some problem, divorce and all. That fellow is because he has to give, like marriage means, what? हाजी सुनते हो लेकर बहरो है क्या? That is marriage. मेरा किस्मत अच्छी है इसलिए तुम ऐसा पत्नी मिली है लेकर मेरा किस्मत फूटा है ऐसा पत्नी मिली है तक इतना फाइटिंग. That guy didn't want to give alimony to his wife. That's why he quit the job. ये क्या हुआ है? Then he joined some stupid Indigo airline, Air India का छोड़ के. Anyway, now he stopped giving. I was thinking, how will I do? Then he came. So Krishna said, So we have this Vidyadan program. Sponsor Gitas. You know, she also wants Telugu Gitas. Discount. Huh? Don't worry, Krishna will give you. Okay. Any questions, comments? Otherwise, we'll have. Oh, let the mic work, na? Kuch karo. हाँ बोलो.
Prabhuji, you said you shouldn't be enemies of anyone. So, like, when someone hurts you or someone did something wrong to you, are you not allowed to talk to Krishna about it?
Are you?
Like, can you not talk to Krishna about it?
Yeah, of course.
Such person did such a thing to me. Can you talk to him like that?
Yeah.
But that's again complaining about something. Right?
No. Krishna. You're not asking Krishna to punish that person, but you're asking Krishna to save you from that pain. That is why Prabhupada said, be careful of the pujaris. Don't hurt them. They will speak to Krishna. Pashyanti te me ruchiranana ambasanta prasanna vaktra arunalochanani Rupani divyani varapradani sakam vacham spraniyam vadanti. My devotees, they enjoy looking at me, my beautiful form in the temple, and they consider me as my friend, and they talk to me. The 3rd canto, 25th chapter.
You did mention the story of Ramanuja's and Kulish and how Kulish writes memorizes the whole Vilan Sutra. So in the story you mentioned that the king actually gives the book to Ramanuja's. But even I heard somewhere during the lecture that actually Shaka Devi gives the book to Ramanuja's. Which one is more?
What is that?
Shaka Devi gives the book to Ramanuja's.
No. If Sharada Devi gave, how they will be? कोई किसी को हिम्मत होगा कि वापस लेने का? Okay. Let us share some points. Ladies first. Huh? You can start, ladies. You can start some point. Say some point.
Simplicity means while doing seva, always stand attention.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. हमारे छोटे रिलेशन है और everything is Krishna. मैं मम्मी पापा सारे हैं husband everything is Krishna. In the Krishna secretary very pleased with some of the sweet or flower. The things are very needed, but the practice that we have to offer it in love. If you are doing Krishna, you are doing it in a sense. Muni is for Krishna. Muni is for Krishna.
Very good.
Muni is one who knows how to connect how to use the material energies of Krishna to connect with Krishna.
Fast. Yeah.
Bhagavad-gita means Son of God. Song of God.
अरे फास्ट करो पासन. Yeah. चलो विल डू कीर्तन. किधर है आकाश? सब लोग खड़े हो जाओ, नाचो, करताल दो.